another Tuesday top tip. Wow, I'm glad you're here today. We're going to talk about something that everyone's talking about, artificial intelligence. And we're talking about it so much that the White House is actually going to host an AI summit. So how cool is that? So I thought, what better time for us to talk about AI in our business? I got an email from Alex Hermosi a couple of days ago that stated that most people are using AI wrong. And if we really look at what we're doing with AI, we're becoming more productive, more efficient, maybe more automated, but we're not making more money. And I think, it could be wrong, but I think the reason most of us use AI is because the goal is more revenue. And if it's not, hopefully this conversation today for this Tuesday Top Tip will change your mind that maybe, just maybe, the number one thing you should be concerned about as a business owner, as a salesperson, as a loan officer, a real estate agent, a credit professional, a financial advisor, is revenue. Revenue will actually solve most of your problems in your business, where AI will not. Okay, but I don't want to dismiss AI. First of all, I'd like to ask everybody a question. How many of you who are viewing this now, or even those who might view the replay, how many of you have used ChatGPT or some other type of AI recently? Ever? Put a fire emoji in the comment section. I'm going to take a guess that every single one of us watching this has used AI in some way, shape, or form. And some of us, including myself, use it every single day. Okay. Now, we have to be honest with ourselves. Okay. I'm asking for complete honesty. Those of you who are using AI today, complete honesty. Do you think about this for a second? Has AI actually increased your revenue? Sit with that for a second. Has AI actually increased your revenue? I am not asking you if it has increased your productivity, if it's increased your efficiency. I'm not even asking you if you got more done in a day. I'm not asking you if you got more emails, right? No, I'm asking you, has it actually generated more revenue for you? If the answer is yes, great job. If the answer is no, I think this live may be one of the most important lives you watch in a while, especially those of you who are addicted to AI. Maybe you're addicted to making automations. Maybe you're addicted to making systems and processes. But if you're honest with yourself and that AI usage that you're using right now is not generating more revenue, I call that the AI trap. So today's Tuesday Top Tip is exactly that. I'm going to talk about the AI trap a lot of us are in right now. I've been guilty of it. When I got the email from Alex Hermosi, I stopped and thought, oh, wait a minute. There are lots of ways that I'm using AI that's not actually producing more revenue. I'll bet it's made me much more efficient. I've automated a lot of my systems. But what am I doing with that time? What am I doing with that time? Okay. So I want you to think about this for a second. If I were to create systems and processes through AI to make me more efficient, keep me from having to work all the hours, we talk about that level up score all the time. So guys, unfair advantage, the level up score users, you're using AI today and you are making more money and you're working less. But the second challenge is if you're able to work less, now you have more time to work on the business, doing the things that AI simply cannot do for you. Are you doing those things? So we're going to dive into that pretty heavily today because my goal is for you not to be more efficient. My goal is not for you to be more productive. My goal is not for you to be busier. My goal for you today should be the same goal you should have for yourself, is generating more revenue. If your business is already making $1 million a year or more, scratch everything I'm saying. Go automate as much as you possibly can. You've already handled the number one constraint that you should be handling in your business. And remember I said in the beginning, if we solve the revenue problem, which I like to say 1 million in annual revenue per year. If we solve the revenue problem, we most likely can solve all other problems because we have the resources to do so. Okay, so before we go through where I'm going to jump into, I did want to take just a moment and just make sure that we stay connected. So if you are following the Tuesday Top Tips and you're getting value out of those Tuesday Top Tips, I'd love for you to stay connected. Some of you are watching this on Facebook. You're probably already following the Level Up Score Facebook page. If you are not, there's a QR code here on the screen. You can scan that QR code. That first one is for our group. So this is our public Facebook page. The second one, is for the private group. So please join us. That's where I give additional resources. So the group is for Level Up Score users. If you're not yet a Level Up Score user, it's easy to be one and join in that group. It's a free private group where I coach for free. I give you resources for free, and I dive in much more than I even do on this public page that you're getting value off of today. Okay. So that group, easy to become a Level Up Score partner. Simply go to levelupscore.com. You'll see a free sign up button. Sign up for your free demo account. Once you do that, you'll get on a strategy call with me and lots of other people who are users of Level Up Score or new to Level Up Score. And I'll show you what it does and how it can benefit you if it makes sense. Okay, so that would be how you can join today. All right, so that's the first thing. Second thing we're going to dive into is that AI trap. And there are 5 revenue constraints that maybe, just maybe, if we utilize AI for that, we'll have solved and gotten out of the AI trap. Okay, so number one constraint for all businesses should be revenue. Okay, so revenue is the number one constraint. So in this video for this AI, what I'm talking to you about is increasing your revenue. So we have 5 revenue constraints that I believe are the top constraints keeping from people from getting to that 1 million or beyond in their business. We're going to go over that, and I'm going to actually show you how in each of those restraints you can use AI to make it better, to grow and scale your business. Okay, so I'm going to take you through each one, and pretty much in order of what you'll probably see in your business. Okay, so stay with me. There are 5. So we'll go to number 1 constraint for our 5 revenue constraints is not enough qualified leads. So I'm going to enlarge the screen for you to see this for a second. So not enough qualified leads. So let's think about that for a second. If you guys follow any major business marketing guru like Alex Hormozi, you're going to hear if you can get leads, it'll solve your revenue problem. Leads is the most important thing for any business to solve for. So right now, today, if you're looking at your business, you can analyze, am I getting consistently enough qualified leads? Am I getting consistently, there's a key word in that, enough qualified leads? Qualified leads meaning people who actually want to buy your service, need your help, something that you solve for them. Again, no leads, no business. So we can use AI, but here's how we would solve this using AI. So AI is going to help us solve the number 1 revenue constraint, which is not enough qualified leads. So how do we use that? I'm going to go ahead and enlarge my screen again. AI can help with content ideas. It can help with your content calendar, SEO research, video scripts, prospect research. Where are our prospects? What's our niche? Who are we looking for? LinkedIn outreach, Facebook ad copy, Google business profile optimization. Guys, in a couple weeks, Tuesday Top Tip, we're going to be talking a lot about how Google and AI combined is going to get you in front of a lot of people. So we're going to talk about that in a couple weeks. Landing page copy, lead magnet, webinar outlines, podcast research. So you see there's a lot of ways that we can use AI to help us get qualified leads. Are you doing that today? If you have a lead problem right now, are you using AI to solve for that problem? Okay, so I want to talk about that for just a second. Your job is to allocate your resources, okay? AKA the resource being AI. Allocate your resources where they'll produce the greatest return. Highlight revenue. Okay. And so if we are not getting enough leads, our first thing we should look at is how can AI help us start to get consistent qualified leads? That should be the number one thing we should be looking for it to do. Okay. Now, I said this is going to help leverage you. It will not replace you. And I think that's the other part of the story. We're hoping AI can replace us, and it can't. And so what it does is it's going to provide us leverage. For instance, if we look at AI helping give us qualified leads through content ideas, it's not doing the video for you. It's not getting in front of the camera for you. Now, some of you might be using your AI clones and things like that, but it's not as good as you and me talking together, right? But it can do your content calendar, but it can't do the content for you, right? It can do your research for your prospects, but it's not reaching out to your prospects. So really, really important to understand that you're going to have AI do the things that are going to help you, right? On the part that it cannot do. So it's a leverage. So imagine asking AI, give me 50 content ideas my audience is searching for, right? That can be very powerful. Help me build a 90-day calendar. Right? Help me optimize my Google business profile. That's beautiful. Help me write a webinar outline, right? Those are beautiful. All of those activities are directly connected to attracting more qualified leads. That's its job. Because we're using AI now strategically, right, in our business. We're using the strategy on how do I get enough leads because it's focused on revenue. That's our focus. Our focus should be on revenue. Now, here's an important question that you might want to ask yourself. Once AI gives you those ideas, you have to actually implement them. So know that you have to take action on those things, okay? So not enough qualified leads, we can use AI to help us build systems and processes so that we can engage those leads, right? So that's the number one constraint. Number two, okay, we have enough leads. Maybe you got that covered. You figured out a process and a system. You can get enough leads. Maybe the next part of the problem is leads aren't becoming customers. We're not converting them. Lots of businesses have leads. Very few actually know how to convert them. And I know this because I coach a lot of businesses that tell me, hey, I get a lot of leads. I do ads, I do this or that. There's a gap. I can't get them to convert, or I'm having a small percentage of them get converted. So let's just think about it this way. If I got 10 leads come in and I close 3, that's a pretty good percentage of 10 leads, close 3. But what if I used AI to analyze my sales calls, to identify objectives, to improve my consultation process, and now I can close 5 rather than 3? Now I'm solving for a revenue problem, right? Now I'm solving for the right thing. It can help us to improve our pricing language, right? It can help us make better presentations. I use this all the time for helping me be better at my job constantly, right? Now we think about it this way. If I had 10 leads come in and I spent time with all 10 leads, and maybe I even paid money for those ads, in order to get value out of that time that I spent, or that money that I spent, or the combination of the two, because you can't buy more time, so that time is very valuable. In order to get value out of that, I need to convert those into customers. Fair? So the better I get at converting them in customers, the more value I have provided for the company, right? And so we can have AI analyze our sales calls, and guys, it can be so good. It can be so good at analyzing you, telling you what your pitfalls are, what you can improve on, when you should simply pause. Take a deep breath. Let the silence be there to allow the person you're talking to make that final decision to get started. Sometimes we talk too much, but we don't even know we talk too much because we haven't analyzed our sales calls. Maybe we're thinking about it after the call. What could I have done wrong? But we don't have the knowledge sometimes to analyze our own calls where AI does. So that's a good use of AI, right? So number 2 constraint, leads aren't becoming customers. If that's your problem in your business, I'm asking you guys, I'm giving you the 5 constraints of revenue. Okay. So revenue is your number one business constraint if you're not making $1 million or more. What I'm asking you today is I'm going to go over 5 revenue constraints that most people have. And I want you to identify which one is yours. And I want you to work on one of them. Okay. If it's leads, that's number 1. That is the very first problem you have to solve for. If you're not getting a lot of leads in, number 1 problem you need to solve for. Use AI to do that. So you just saw that on the first slide for the number 1 constraint being leads. You know, you can have a ton of leads, have a bad product, make money. Okay. But it's all about people need to know who you are. Now, I'm not advocating you should have a bad product, get a bunch of leads and sell people on a bad product. There's enough of that going on. Once you have a really good product, get a bunch of leads and be able to sell somebody on that and transform their life. Okay. That's what I'm asking you to do. So if number 1 is you, type in the comments, number 1, that's my constraint. Matter of fact, here's what I'll do for you. If you type in the chat here or the comments with what number constraint is bogging you down, I will send you a guide on how you can use AI to help you with that. So I'll dive deep in more than what you're seeing on this live, and I'll give you more information on how you can do that. So type in your number. I'm going to give you 5. So hold on, watch all 5, and then tell me which one is the most important for you. But obviously, if you're not getting enough leads, that's probably number 1. Okay, so we got enough leads. Now we got to convert them. That was constraint number 2. We can use AI to help us convert them. Let's look at constraint number 3. Oh, the follow-up is broken. Boy, oh boy, is this a big problem. This is one of the biggest leaks I see in business today is follow-up is just not there. Loan officers, I'm going to pick on you for a second. Big problem with follow-up, loan officers. Big problem with follow-up. Client is not yet ready and we don't follow up. Man, right? Or even the client who goes to a different loan officer because they got a better deal and you still didn't follow up. I've had clients go to another loan officer, end up not having a great experience closing with that loan officer and then sending me all their family. Follow-up is broken for most companies. A couple of reasons that follow-up is broken is we think that a no is a no. And I know I always say is a not yet. It's a not yet in either the consumer, they're not ready for it yet. Maybe they have other priorities in their life situations, things like that are happening. Maybe they're simply very busy. Maybe there's a sick parent or there's a sick kid at home. There's lots of things that could be going on that creates a not yet. It's not a no, a not yet. If they sought you out for help, just because they said no doesn't mean they don't still need help. They still need to get you in a position where they can accept that help. And sometimes that's on them, on their life and what's going on in their life. And sometimes that's simply on you getting better and clarifying what you can do, you getting better at getting people to their goal. That might be on you, and you can use AI for that too. But let's talk about that follow-up is broken. AI can help. So let me enlarge that again so you can see some of the ways that AI can help. Email sequences. Making sure you're always in communication. So a couple email sequences I have is a birthday. That's my best one. Happy birthdays, right? Are you doing that? It's my best one, guys. Birthday sequences, holiday, right? Little drip campaigns, personalized follow-ups, appointment reminders, right? They want to be there, but they didn't show up because you never sent them an appointment reminder. We're all busy, guys. Might not be on their calendar. Might be on their calendar and they just didn't see it. I've done that. I missed a doctor's appointment the other day. On my calendar. Didn't see it that day because I was busy rushing around that morning, right? So reminders. Think about how AI can help you with your follow-up system, okay? And, I have a very clear follow-up system in my business. And those of you who are Level Up Score users, because I'll call you out of the blue. Hey, how you doing? I want to check in. I want to see how you're doing. I want to see how your business is doing because that's important to me. It's important to me that every single person that uses Level Up Score, every person that I'm coaching is successful. And if anything in my power can help them be successful, I'm going to do that. And so at least once a month, you'll get a call from me. Do you have a system that reminds you of that? I'm not going to remember to call everybody once a month, but I have a system that will remind me, right? And so follow-up is broken. That is one of the constraints I think is the biggest leak for a lot of companies. We just don't follow up. Follow up. All right, constraint number 4. Clients don't stay. Ugh. Guys, if this is your problem, we got to fix this problem. You worked hard to get these people in the door and then they leave. You know, this is a problem for a lot of credit professionals, right? I call the credit professionals the churn and burn, right? You work really hard. You pay a lot of money for all these leads. They come in and they don't stay. There's a lot of reasons why they don't stay. And if you were on my Monday strategy call, I went over reasons why they don't stay. I'll go over that again on Wednesday's call at 5 p.m. Eastern time, so be there. I do those strategy calls every Monday. Everyone's welcome. Every Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern and every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern. Everybody's welcome. Doesn't matter where you're at, what business you're in, you're welcome. But I do the strategy calls, and I do it for a reason. I want to help you be successful, right? And then that strategy call, we really talked about what clients don't stay. So if you want to know, I'll talk about that again on Wednesday. So a couple reasons. We need to have monthly review emails, right? So something that's telling them what they're doing. Now, this is going to be a little bit different for each organization. You know, if I'm a loan officer, you're going to have a map, a literal map that tells you every single step. And then I'm going to ping you and say, here's where we're at on the map. I'm going to mail you the map with some stickers so that you can follow the map, right? Loan officers, you're not doing that. You're missing out. They love that. They don't think that this process is transparent, right? Credit professionals, you can have a map. Some of you, if you've been on the calls that I've had, a lot of you have asked me, hey, Allie, how'd you do it? Show me your journey map for your clients. And I show you, I have a map for my credit clients. You could have a map too. It's fun. It's engaging. Keeps them on their toes as well. But it's transparency, right? Transparency goes a long way with retention. A long way with retention. So personalized progress summaries, educational content, right? Customer successes, giving them small wins, right? You have automations for onboarding, this smooth process, right? This smooth process. There's 3 words I want you to remember today and remember for the rest of your life. Fast, easy, smooth. That's what every client wants from you. It's what you want from every person you work with. Fast, we all want everything fast. Easy, simplicity, right? Easy, make it as easy as it possibly can be. And smooth. Let me know what's happening. Let me know what the journey is ahead of time. So I just know where I'm going. Smooth, right? When you don't have those types of things in place and your clients don't know where they're going, and then one day you're calling them for a monthly review and the next time it's 45 days, trust me, I've done that. 30 days, 35, oh, now it's 45 because I got too busy, right? So fast, easy, smooth. Clients don't stay. If that's a constraint, AI can help. So look at the ways AI can help you on that. Okay, we're going to go to constraint number 5. We're almost done. Constraint number 5 is nobody refers anyone. Businesses, you guys spend thousands of dollars finding strangers. I know some of you guys do ad after ad after ad. You're spending tons of money on ads. And you get these people in and you ignore your happy customers. Oh, even worse, you don't make customers happy, which was constraint number 4. Second to that is you ignore your happy customers. Your happy customers, if they stay, that retention, constraint number 4, if they stay and they stay happy, they are your best way of getting more leads that you don't have to pay for, that you don't have to work hard for. Happy customers will refer. Happy customers will give you testimonials. Happy customers will give you Google reviews. They're your social proof, right? But you gotta ask. So how can you ask, right? If a client says thank you, great time to ask, right? You should have an automated email that goes out. You hear thank you, email goes out. You know, in my process, as soon as they get through that first initial onboarding, they get an email asking to give me a Google review. Right in the beginning. Why? Because I know they're happy in the beginning. I just gave them an action plan. They said, hey, Allie, I want to buy a house. And I just gave them an action plan immediately that says, here's what you need to do. They get that action plan and they are like, wowed, completely, utterly wowed. They're like, holy cow, I've never seen anyone do this for me before. I know exactly what I need to do. They're super happy at this moment. They feel like a big weight has been lifted off their shoulders. And we didn't ask for a Google review. Ask for a Google review. Excitement, Google review. A thank you, Google review, right? Or testimonial or spotlight, So AI can help you. It can help you set up those automations. It can help you do that thank you video to them. Thank you for being a customer of mine. Here's how you can help me. Do you mind doing a small favor for me? If you know someone, right? And so AI can help with that. So those are your 5 constraints for revenue. So the real question, if I looked at your ChatGPT, guys, today, if I were to call you up and say, open up your ChatGPT, I'm going to see what's going on. I'm not going to ask you that because I'm scared. But looking at your history for the last month, would I find that you've mostly used AI to make more money or just to stay busy? I mean, ask yourself that. You can chat in the comments if you want. Money, some dollar signs, money bag, if you're using it for money, or if now you're going to use it for money, put the money bags in. Again, you can comment what constraint is hindering your revenue growth, and I will send you a guide for that constraint on how you can use AI to fix that constraint. But remember, every guide that I give you, this education, me talking to you today, does 0 for you if you do not implement. 0. That's why AI is keeping everybody busy. That's the AI trap. We're going out there and making stuff and learning stuff from AI, but we're not implementing the way that we should to create more revenue. It's the number 1 constraint in your business, guys. It's the number 1 constraint in your business, and you're not looking at that. You're not using AI strictly for that to solve that problem first. Pretty much all other problems can be solved once the money problem is solved. Lots of problems get solved with money. So the real question is, if I were to look at your ChatGPT in the last month, in the last 12 months, would I find that you use it mostly for making money or to stay busy? Guys, if you're making an automation, that doesn't mean, just because you're more efficient doesn't mean you're making more money, because the other part of that question is, okay, I've created an automation, I'm saving time. What are you using that time on now? What do you use that time on now? Are you making 20 more phone calls to loan officers, real estate agents? You going out for a coffee to a prospective client, right? So think about that for a second. Okay, biggest mistake. We spend 10 hours building an automation that saves us 30 minutes a week. That's significant. Go do it. Then we finally get those 30 minutes back and we scroll Facebook. Guys, with Level Up Score, those of you who are credit professionals, I can create a journey for your clients for you, already done, automated, everything's done. Train you on it. Have you go to work. I was showing the other day, and I would show you guys today. Get on Wednesday's call. I'll show you. What does it look like? How many hours do I work with 1,000 clients? 1,000. How many hours would I work? I'm going to show you that. Now you're going to be surprised. Hopefully you'll be intrigued and want to do it too. But you're going to be surprised. But then what do I do with the rest of that time? And that's the key. That's the key. What do we do with the rest of the time? What are our priorities? What do we do with the rest of our time? Okay, the formula here. We can build automations. We can do that. We can use AI to create that content calendar. We can have it create our content, give us those ideas. It can give us more time. Focused work on revenue constraints, and then we'll have revenue growth. So automate for revenue constraints, provides you more time, and then I need you to have your focus work on those revenue constraints, and you'll have revenue growth. Don't get in the AI trap. Don't research till the lights go out. More information doesn't make you more money. It simply does not. More information does not make you more money. Some people I know that I think are dumber than a box of rocks. You know those people. You're like, man, so much smarter than they are. Make a ton more money than I do. Because it's not information. It's not information. It's what you do with your time. Right? So consider that. Okay. We're wrapping up. So what Level Up Score does. Level Up Score automates. I can automate your entire journey for your clients. It's a beautiful journey. It works. You will get your clients to their goal. It's beautiful, right? It's great. It works. I can help you do all of that. It's so easy in Level Up Score. So if you're a credit professional, loan officer, real estate agent, you have clients that are not yet ready for whatever their goal is, and you want to help them get ready, and you want to automate that process, it's going to generate more revenue for you, and then you have more time to focus on what you need to focus on to generate more revenue. And for loan officers and real estate agents, this means you have this automated system. Now it turns back into now ready leads, not ready to now ready. Credit professionals, you're getting people to their goal. Guess what they do? They tell everybody about you. If you're working with a loan officer and you get a person to their goal, and you get it back to that loan officer, and that loan officer is able to do a loan, and they're making $5,000 off of that loan or more, I'm pretty sure they'll start sending you all of their not ready yet people, because that's a good paycheck. So, but we have to deliver on the promise, right? So Level Up Score does that for you, automated. That way you can spend the time on the things only you can do that AI can't do. Okay. All right. So don't look for another AI tool, guys. Instead, identify your biggest revenue constraint. Is it number 1, leads, right? Is it number 2, conversion? Is it number 3, is it follow-up? Right? What is the biggest constraint that you have? What's your biggest revenue constraint? And my challenge for you is to research how to overcome that constraint. Again, guys, if it's leads, that's the number 1. That's the most important. Second most important. You got leads handled. Now it's converting, right? Got conversion down. Now it's going to be follow-ups. Follow-ups for your clients, follow-ups for your prospects, right? All of that. So look at those 5. You can comment in the comments below. Let me know which of those 5 you're dealing with. I'll send you a guide on how you can use AI to fix that, okay? But again, like I said earlier, information doesn't help you with anything. You have to take the guide and you have to implement, okay? And if I'm going to be spending time creating the guide for you, you better implement and follow up with me, okay, on what that does for you. All right, AA doesn't build businesses. Focus does. And Level Up Score wasn't built to replace you. It was built to give you time to do the work that only you can do. Only you can do. So that's what we're promising here at Level Up Score. Okay, so next Tuesday, I would love to invite you to join me back here, 12 p.m. Eastern time, every Tuesday for Tuesday's Top Tips. But I'm going to give you a spoiler alert on what we're going to talk about next Tuesday. It's the sales cycle system that lets you scale without hiring more. I'm pretty sure you can probably fill in the blank. That's what we're going to be talking about this coming Tuesday. Following that, we're going to talk about how we can get on the AI radar. So when people start searching for our services, we're on the AI radar. I'm going to show you how to do that. It's actually pretty easy, but you got to know how. So that'll be 2 weeks from now. So watch out for those calls coming up. So make sure you're following Level Up Score so that you get on those calls. And I have one more thing. And there's one more thing. I'm asking you to do me a small favor. If you are watching this Tuesday Top Tip, if you've been following me on any of the social media platforms or had a coaching call with me or are a user of Level Up Score and you have not yet done a Google review for me, I would ask you to, I'm asking a small favor here, to scan this QR code and give me a Google review. Keep in mind, I only like 5-star Google reviews. So if you do not think that I delivered 5-star service from your experience with me in any way, shape, or form that you've experienced me, please send me an email at support@levelupscore.com. Tell me why I did not earn your 5-star review, and I will seek to try to change that. I appreciate you all. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here at Tuesday Top Tips. I appreciate you, and I can't wait till next Tuesday to see you again.